My name is Chief Nwanyanwu. I'm the national chairman of Zenith Labour Party.
There is this issue of procedure to be used by political parties for the nomination of candidates for various elective positions for the 2019 general election.
Yes.
I am talking about the direct and indirect primaries. Can a political party use both the direct and indirect primaries at the same time in this process?
Yeah, political parties by law cannot use direct and indirect procedure in the nomination of candidates for the forthcoming election. It cannot be used as a system that must be used. It's either you use the direct procedure or you use the indirect procedure. You cannot use both. And my argument is founded on law. If you go to section 87(2) of the Electoral Act 2010, it states that the procedure for the nomination of candidates by political parties for the various elective positions shall be by direct or indirect primaries. It did not say direct and indirect primaries. Okay, let us understand what that all means. In law, when you are not sure or you are confused, you go to the Interpretation Act. If you go to the Interpretation Act section 18, subsection 3, it provides that the word or and the word order shall in any enactment be construed disjunctively and not as implying similarity. I repeat, the word or, O-R, and the word order, O-T-H-E-R, shall in any enactment, in any law, be construed disjunctively and not as implying similarity. What he's saying is that in the interpretation of status, what is not expressly stated in the statute is excluded. The express mention of one thing in any enactment is the exclusion of the other, not mentioned. So what is not included in the status is not to be read into it. So when political parties, at least about 3 political parties now, are using both the direct and the indirect primaries, this is illegal. This is not the provision of the law. You cannot pick and choose. It's either you adopt the direct primary system or the indirect primary system. That is what the law provides. And I have decided to speak on this now because these 3 political parties that are using both direct and indirect primaries has up to 7th of October to rectify and correct their processes. If on the 8th of October they fail and or refuse to do the needful, Zenith Labour Party will take a process in the Federal High Court for the Federal High Court to determine whether it was right for a political party to use both systems. And if it finds it to be wrong, it will nullify all the primaries conducted by such political parties. So we are doing this to help them so that they don't fall into that problem. And they have up to October 7 to so do. If they don't, we will go to court. And this is how to deepen democracy. Democracy should be founded on constitutionalism and rule of law. You cannot just pick and choose. The law says or. Even if you go to the dictionary, it provides an alternative. So you have a choice. It's either you take this or you take that. If the law had wanted the political parties to take both, it would have said so. That is not the spirit of the law. That is not the intent of the Electoral Act. If you look at the 2 conditions given by the Electoral Act, the conditions for direct and indirect primaries. For the direct primaries, under section 87(3), the Act provides that where a political party adopts the direct primary system, it must ensure that all aspirants are given equal opportunity to be voted for by all members of the party. That is the only condition for direct primary. If you come to indirect primaries, it now talked about having a convention for the presidential candidates, the governorship, primaries to be held in the state, Senate seat, House of Reps, State Assembly to be held in the various constituencies. So these are the things you find under section 87(4). The two conditions are not the same. That gives credence to the fact that both the direct and indirect primaries do not mean one and the same thing. So a political party that elects to treat direct primary system and indirect primary system of nomination of candidates for election is acting illegally. You cannot, by the law, use both at the same time. It is either you use the direct system of primaries or the indirect system of primaries. So that's why we have to do these things to deepen democracy, which must be hinged on constitutionalism and rule of law. It is not attempt to, turn the apple cart or to do anything that's why they have up to October 7th for them to do the right thing. But if due to pride and arrogance, they decide not to listen to it, I can tell you, those three political parties and more that will do their primaries, that decide to adopt both systems, stand those primaries nullified by the court. Don't forget, when a law provides that something must be done in a particular manner, if you don't do that thing in that manner provided by the law, in the eyes of the law, that thing has not been done.